technically our technician at Fairfax, but he's here. He's going to do a demo with me today. So the vacuum that we're going to demo today is our Riccar Tandem Air. You guys know I love this vacuum. You guys see it a lot. Today we're going to talk about the ins and outs of the Tandem Air Prima, what it has to offer to you guys. With Gabriel being one of our technicians, he's really good with the ins and outs of this machine, the power of the machine and things like that. I know a lot of the features and things like that about the machine, so we're kind of going to go back and forth and talk to you guys a little bit about what this vacuum has to offer, why it's such a good canister, why it's a good option for you guys at home. So first, we're going to start with the Powerhead. So Gabriel, tell us some features about the Powerhead.
Powerhead, this is a Tandem Premium Air Powerhead. It's got Hall sensor in it. As you can see, it's got Hall sensor. It comes with a metal brush roll with replaceable brush strips on it. In case of wear and tear of the brush roll, you don't have to change the complete brush roll, whereas you can just take off the old brush strips and replace them with new brush strips. So this will last you many, many years.
Okay, Gabriel, tell us another feature. Now, when people are cleaning their Powerheads at home, can you compare it to some of the other brands like Miele and things like that? How easy is it to clean this Powerhead for people at home?
Yeah, all that you can do is just open the screws with a dime or your car keys. It doesn't have complicated springs as you do with Miele Powerhead. All that you need to do is just open it and just clean it up and put it back with utmost ease. Whereas Miele is a bit complicated where you might lose a spring or two and you might end up not fixing it the way it used to be.
Okay, another thing that customers like about this Powerhead as well is the power of the actual Powerhead. With it running off the Tandem Air capability, we all know that there's no other vacuum out there that has the Tandem Air capability. Just the Riccar. The nice about Riccar is it is a made in America brand. So when there's different things on the floor, like we're going to give you a demo here in a second. So when there's things on the floor, hard to reach things are a little farther out than the vacuum. What happens is that Powerhead engages, it kicks in, and it actually picks up stuff up to about an inch to a half an inch away from the Powerhead. So when in turn you think about that and what it can do for the cleaning capability of your home, is it actually really gets down into your carpet, whether you have Berber, high pile, shag, anything like that. The Powerhead really cleans it. Another thing that a lot of customers like is the Tandem Air actually has rubber coated wheels on the back. It has 6 wheels. Makes it nice and easy to maneuver around and things like that. With it being a bulky Powerhead, it isn't very heavy. So when that transmission kicks in and those motors kick in, and you have that Powerhead down, you can actually use one finger and pull the vacuum back and forth. It's amazing.
Sure.
So another thing we're going to move on to, Gabriel, is now we're going to move on to the wand on this machine. So, give us a review on how good this wand is on this machine and why.
This wand, it comes with a separate fitting, as you can see here, where the power cord runs through. Unlike the Miele wands, the power cord goes into the wand and wears off over a period of time, making vacuum not that easy because things get stuck in it because the wires, they tend to come out over a period of time. Whereas this, it's got a separate compartment here. So again, this wand is going to last you for many, many years, and it's easy to retract and extend.
It is actually a longer wand as well. If you compare some of the other canister wands to this one, when you actually hook the whole vacuum up, the wand is a lot stronger. It's more durable, as he said, as well as it does have a little bit more reach. I know customers with canisters, you know, it's easier to take them apart and things like that. So when you're reaching up high, changing your ceiling fans, if you have high blind, yep, the vacuum goes up really high. So that is another feature that a lot of people like. Okay, Gabriel, so next we're going to move on to the hose on this machine. Tell us some good features about the hose on this machine.
Hose, it comes with this extra protection, as you can see here, which helps the hose not to be damaged over a period of time or kink, because you have this knitted guard here, likewise at this end, and you have all the features right in the hose handle here. Whereas if you're gonna vacuum your blinds or windows, all that adjustments can be done at the tip of your hose. You don't have to go all the way to the body of the vacuum to reduce the speed. That way it makes this even more easier to use, and you've got a clip here where you can fix your tools, the caddy here. So in that way it's much more convenient than the hose we use in Riccar. That's what I'm talking point about this.
Another nice feature about this is you do have your toggle switch on the top of it. With your toggle switch here, you can control your power head right here. So if you're maneuvering from carpet to hardwood floor and things like that, with like he said, that sensor in there to select the flooring and things like that, you can turn your power head completely off. Maybe you're on an area rubber on your hardwood floors. You just like you're getting too much suction with the brush roll spinning. This mechanism right here, you can hit it 0. It'll turn your brush roll completely off. That way, if you're more comfortable going to your hardwood floors, area rugs, things like that, with no brush roll spinning, you can do that as well. So now we're going to get into the actual body of the Prima. So, with the body of this machine, the one thing that I tell a lot of people is it's a very heavy-duty machine. You also have a rubber guard that runs around the bottom of your machine. A lot of the other competitors, they just have a plastic guard that runs around. This machine actually has a rubber one. First, I'm going to talk about a couple features on the outside. I'm going to let Gabriel tell me how strong and the longevity of the inside of the vacuum is. So on the outside of this vacuum, you can see it looks like any other canister vacuum. You have your bag light. It'll tell you, it'll maneuver as your bag gets full. I know people that go from bagless canisters to bagged canisters, or bagged uprights to a bagged canister. It is a little concerning about your bag. One thing that I tell customers all the time is it's not as bad as you think. Depending on what pets, things like that, how much you vacuum, you could really produce some longevity out of these bags. Another thing I want to get into, guys, if you have suction control as well here on the machine. I know that Gabriel talked about the suction control there on the handle. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the suction control on the actual vacuum. So a lot of canisters, the nice thing about them compared to uprights is you can control every little bit of your suction. When you have it upright, normally you have your hardwood floors, you have carpet, and you have 3 selections. Here on canisters, you do have a lot more control over your suction speed. You have your power on and off. Like I said before, you have your bag indicator light. Now when we open this machine, nice thing about Riccar in the Primas is you have self-sealing HEPA bags. You pull this down, you lock it automatically. That means any dirt, dander, anything that's actually in the bag will not escape. That way when you pull it out, you just pop it out, throw it right in the trash. You'll never see that big dust cloud that comes up and out of your vacuum. Another thing I want to talk about is your filters. The one thing I like about the Prima is how thick all of the filters are, not just your pre-filter, not just your HEPA filter. Here's your pre-filter in this vacuum. Now what this does is it has charcoal in it. It's called granulated charcoal. So you can actually hear the little beads in it. So what that means is it's also a smell protector. It's actually the strongest vacuum filter out there. The other thing is having pets, things like that, any smells that are in your house, you put this filter in your vacuum, you'll never have a smell that comes out of this vacuum. So this is actually the filter that protects your motor and sits behind your bag. Then you have your HEPA filter. HEPA filter, little filter like this, 7 layers of filtration running through this filter. You can see how, sturdy they really are. The other thing I want to talk about on the inside of this canister is your bag. The nice thing about Riccar bags is they're super durable. You can pull on and stuff with them, you're not going to rip your bag. That is the nice thing about that little bag. Okay, so we're going to put this back in our machine. Gabriel, I want you to tell me a little bit about how strong the motor is in this vacuum.
Yeah, overall this canister is the best in the line. It comes with ABS plastic quality that's used for football helmets. Even when you drop off the vacuum, it doesn't break, so that it protects all the internal fixtures of this vacuum. It's got caster wheel in the front. It's got rear wheels, plastic coated wheels. It can be turned into 8 directions. It can go under your couch, tables with utmost ease. The power of the motor is the most powerful one here. It runs on 8 amps. 8 amps a motor. Very powerful one.
Yeah, now we're going to do a suction test on this vacuum. So we're going to do.
So as you can see.
Okay, so I'm going to grab the phone. You can take this, Gabriel.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Okay, you want to go ahead and kick this machine on, Gabriel, running at full power?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see. Okay, now we're going to attach the hose to the vacuum, and we're going to show you how even attaching the hose to this vacuum, you don't lose suction whatsoever. So let's attach our hose. All right, Gabriel, want to hook it up to the hose? Okay, so you can see there that you're still running at the same power. No matter if you have just the canister running or the hose attached, you're still running at that full power. So now we're going to give you a demo of the actual Tandem Air. So if you want to hook all this up, Gabriel,
Mm-hmm.
the one on the bottom, and then we'll go ahead and put some carpet back, some sand down. I'm also going to grab a little bit of pet hair too. Okay, so I'm going to have Gabriel turn this machine on. Okay, you can see how your power head already takes off. Then with the power head, like I said, it runs off of that transmission. It just pulls and pulls and pulls. So we're going to pick up the internal one here. Now Gabriel, go ahead and go over everything with your vacuum. You can see how in the front of this vacuum, how it's already grabbing the pieces before it even gets to it. What that is doing is that transmission kicking in. It's pretty much a one-over system. So you go up once, you go back, and pretty much everything is going to be up over ground. You can see how it's actually grabbing the sand out of the carpet as well. What happens when you have dirt, sand, or things like that? It gets down into your carpet, it grinds up really, really fine, and it turns into like a sand-like material. You can also see pet owners going over the pet hair. Every little component from the pet hair gets up, even the big puff balls, little puff balls, everything like that. So you can see how good this car primer really is. You can go from all different types of flooring, hardwood, carpet, aerial rug, shag, any of that with this vacuum. And you can see we're going to be able to turn your power head on and off, so you can see how that mechanism works here. You have your suction control as well as, like I said before, you have suction control here. You can pull it down, and you can do your hardwood floors, do area rugs, things like that. So a little bit that I want to talk to you guys about is we do accept trade-ins at our store. Maybe you have an older Riccar, an older Miele, Sevo, Simplicity, any type of vacuum. You can use uprights as well. So you can bring your, we do take a trade-in value to make, we have now, and also we have 3 different types of premiums. So we have straight suction, full size, and tandem air. We'll do demos throughout the week on each of these, and you could, pick your favorite one. So we have these in stock at both of our locations. So you can check out our Fairfax location that is located at 11110 Lee Highway, Fairfax, Virginia. You can go and visit Gabriel in Fairfax. Or you can stop by our Leesburg store and check out me, Kayla. We are located at 300 Fort Edmonds Road Northeast, Leesburg, Virginia. Thank you guys so much for watching my demo, and Gabriel is
Thank you.
technician expertise. We'll be here. We're going to do a video for you guys every Wednesday. A little bit about both sides of the actual vacuum, him being the technician, me being one of the sales managers. That way you guys can really get points of views from different people. I like different things about vacuums than he likes. So that way you kind of get a 2-person review on different types of vacuums in our store. And if you guys have any questions about any vacuums and you'd like to see us break down a vacuum just like we did today, just give us a call at 703-997-9292, extension 1 for Fairfax, extension 2 for Leesburg. Check out our social media.